Hello, fellas. That's right. I'm only talking to the boys on this one, okay? This is the boys video. This video's for the boys. All the girls, click off now. Not really. Please don't. So, it's been a minute, and I have made some progress. As you can see, I have made quite some progress. And yes, yes. Now, I will show you how I did it so that none of you losers in the comments will say that I did it, that I didn't do it, because I did it, okay? Don't you dare tell me I didn't. Now, truthfully, it's been a minute since I've been on, but I will show you. Look at all this time that I've been on periodically between videos. This top one's me. Ignore Trevor. Trevor's a madman. This is all me. Okay. And that's all me grinding right here at this mob farm, specifically a skeleton farm, to trident killing. Truthfully, I haven't touched it in a minute, but you can see how it works. Also, I have taken some time in the nether, in my nether quartz, because sometimes that's faster, and sometimes I don't want to just sit around. Trevor gave me this elytra. I found this trident. Trevor gave me this netherite. So really the only thing, also he gave me all my diamonds. So really the only thing I've been grinding is XP. So today's goal, firstly, let's make this all netherite. That's the first thing I want to do. Oh, I don't have a smithing template. I forgot about that. This game sucks. Okay, we'll do that in a later video. Diamond will work fine. For today, I want to do something. You know, I was thinking recently. I'm like, something, I don't know if I had this on recording, but Bryce said something that was like, who owns this island? And he was pressing me into him for some reason. I don't know what he was. Quick, I realized there's a lot that's happened since I've been recording. So Bryce did this like grass area thing. We got beacon. This is what Bryce is building. I think Bryce is building a tower here. I think that's what he's doing. Kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. Over here, this is Trevor's building. He's gonna put like a farm in each corner here. This is a sugarcane farm. The main purpose of this video, I want to kind of claim this place, you know? Bryce, after the whole like, you know, us summoning over there, you know. Okay, I say us, it was just Tilden, it wasn't me, okay? But he started pressing me for some reason. I don't know, like I did something. He was like, who owns this island? Who owns this island? No, 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 no. So that gave me an idea. I'm gonna own the island. So that's what I'm gonna do. My first order of business is let's make some kind of like capitol building or maybe like a castle, depending on how I wanna. I might be the king actually. I might make myself the king and I'll make a little castle for myself. That might be the plan. I'm the king of this place. That's right. That's right. I like that. I'm the king of this place. First order of business. Let's figure out where I want to plant this thing. Um, Honestly, bro, let's do it like right here. All right, let's get working. Truthfully, I uh I don't really know how I'm gonna build this thing. I really didn't think this through that much. I'm really just doing this to mess with Bryce, honestly. Because I think it's kind of funny. Truthfully, I'm not too sure how I'm gonna build this castle. I don't really have any blocks, like at all. So I'm not sure what exactly my own plan is here. We'll just start going for it and we'll just see where it takes me. So while we're doing this, I figured, you know, I feel like in a lot of my videos when I do something like this, I just do a time lapse and then, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something different this time. I feel like you guys are probably tired of time lapses. Um, we're gonna do a story time while we cut this down. So I've said in a previous video that this whole SMP thing is old. And if you guys look at my channel, there's like old videos from I don't know 2 or 3 years ago I think of what we called the bagel SMP. Right? This is the bread SMP, bread bear. right? The Bagel SMP, John the Bagel guy. This doesn't mean that it's my SMP or anything. We just wanted to get away from the bread or the Bagel SMP name just because it has a history, and I'll explain that here. The Bagel SMP, and tell me if you, because this is going to be a very, I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm not going to go into all the story or anything, but there was a whole lot that happened on the Bagel SMP, and there were actually seasons. There were 5 seasons of the Bagel SMP, and we might mention them. So here's your fill-in. We like to make references to it a lot. The or the Bagel SMP was an SMP we made in like middle school and started just doing stuff, right? The reason I say seasons, we had 5 seasons, was that each season was a reset, right? We'd reset the world. Everyone just kind of forgot what happened in the previous world, right? Brand new seed, brand new characters pretty much, but mostly the same people. Um, and as we continued, we kind of grew, and it actually kind of followed a bell curve, I guess. I feel like our biggest season was season 3 and 4, and then we kind of dropped off after season 1 was just kind of the start, right? I mean, it actually started with Bryce, right? We called it the Big SMP because Bryce paid for it. I mean, he pays for this one too, but don't worry about it. Bryce had like just a Minecraft world, right? I mean, it's all, as you can tell, this is all Bedrock, and at this point we could do Java, but we keep it Bedrock because I don't know, it's sentimental to us. But back then, most of us didn't have computers. We just were playing on like our Xbox or our Switch even. Most of us were not playing on computer. I was actually the only one for a minute, I'm pretty sure. I was the only one in season 1 playing with a computer. Bryce just had a world, right? And it was just one of those on Bedrock, right? If you make a world, then people can join you, but only when you're on, right? I joined one day and I was like, dude, because we had a number of people that were, I mean, it was just our friends, right? Tilden was there. Trevor was on that world for a minute, but he wasn't really that active. So he wasn't in season 1. And I was like, dude, you totally have like a number of people that are playing on this thing. You should start a realm. So I convinced him to start a realm and he paid for it. Um, but it was my idea. Okay. So I claim it. Not really. So we started the realm, and it was only 5 of us at first, and it slowly became something more. But season 1 was pretty chill. And I'll be honest, guys, I was a huge nerd at the time. I was really into Dream SMP. I'm not like, okay, just hear me out. For those of you who know, those who know, those who know about this story, and I really liked the story. I really was into lore. I was not into the fan base stuff, okay? I was not into that, okay? I wasn't wasting my life away watching every Tommy Innit stream. I promise. I just really liked the story, and I thought it was really cool. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what if we do lore? Oh, and I don't know. It didn't go so well I don't know. Season 1 is complicated. Not like I wrote some big complicated story. It's just you can interpret it in different ways. And I didn't mean for it to be that way. I wasn't that good of a writer, but I don't know, I kind of stumbled into something you could interpret as really good, if you so please. I don't consider it that good though, just because I feel like I didn't think about it that much. It got to a point where I kind of made a number of people mad at me because and something you'll notice, I became the villain in most of these, right? I mean, and my philosophy for that was like, okay, nobody, I mean, most of us were pretty peaceful. Like, no one really went out to cause trouble. And so I was like, well, if no one else is going to do it, to me, it was like, it's got to start somehow. And so my philosophy was, you know, if no one else wants to be the villain, if I can get a reaction out of people, that would start something. That would start a story, right? I mean, if I can just get people to react to me, right? I mean, then we would naturally just have a protagonist and an antagonist, right? I'm the antagonist, and whoever, I guess, decides to take charge against me is the protagonist. And so it just kind of created a story there. A lot of these end up being me versus Bryce, right? Bryce is normally the protagonist in a lot of these stories, and I'm normally the antagonist in a lot of these stories. And season two kind of repeated that. And the reason we started season two is because I made a lot of people mad at me, as I said earlier. And people were not happy with what I was doing. And I was like, you know what? Let's just reset. And it brought everyone back, so it was cool. It worked. So we started the new realm, right? And one of the big things, and you might hear, again, this is one of the things you might hear references to, is the Three Skulls. Bryce likes to make a lot of references to it. So the Three Skulls was like this villain group that me and Bryce started. And it was literally just a terrorist group to basically just cause ruckus and make people not trust each other. And the idea was that we could get people to fear everyone so much, we would cause so much hysteria that we would come in, stop the big bad guy, right? That we created ourselves and save the day, and everyone would trust and love us. And then from there, we could take power. So that's what we did. This is when we have a lot more people join, and this is where Trevor comes in. We kind of tried to do more lore, but it didn't work out. Not because it wasn't that good. I mean, I feel like we really got onto something with that Three Skulls thing. It just didn't really work out because people were just busy. I mean, we were all just busy. I mean, we just didn't have, like, we couldn't do events. Events just didn't work at the time. We couldn't get people online. Nobody really cared enough to, the people we had just didn't care enough about the events really to like actually show up. Like we tried to do a presidential thing because you know, the whole thing, right? I instilled myself as president after saving everyone heroically from the Three Skulls. I should probably not do this right here. I feel like Trevor's gonna get mad at me. I'm totally messing up his thing. And so, anyways, we tried to do like a presidential inauguration thing, and like no one showed up. It just wasn't. And that was my sign. I'm like, okay, we can't do events. We should just. And so I literally just said, okay, we're just gonna stop war right here, and we're just gonna play normal. We're just gonna play the game, right? And so that's what we did, right? We just played the game. And stuff just kind of happened automatically, just because of what I had already set in motion. Even though I was like, okay, I'm dropping this whole thing. Stuff was already in motion, right? People already felt like they were involved enough to like do stuff, which was kind of really what I wanted. I mean, that's always what I've wanted. It's just people to do stuff. You know what I mean? Because I just want interesting things to happen. And Trevor understands this now, but he never understood it back then. Why I felt the need to get people to like act out or lash out against me particularly, because when I was watching Dream SMP, he was watching Hermitcraft. You know, that was his thing. He kind of wanted that peaceful, just people build and make cool builds. I mean, as you can tell, that's what he likes to do. Is just make cool builds. And so that was what his idea of a server was. And it just, I had different views. And my philosophy to him was like, okay, imagine people who don't like to build that much, right? I don't know, what do you do in the game at a point? At a point, what do you do? Right? So if I can keep people on their toes, keep people doing stuff, and there's conflict and action, right? I mean, then people stay getting on. People stay engaged with whatever it is they're doing, whatever conflict they're in with someone else. And I think that was kind of the idea, was just trying to keep people engaged. And so that's kind of why I did most of these things. So it became a thing where most people already felt like they were involved enough because of what I had already done, that people started to actually create factions. Um, Obviously, I mean, we were first. So and this is where you're gonna hear the Three Skulls of mostly. We called our faction the Three Skulls, and it was me, Bryce, and Trevor. And he's always talking about, let's bring back the Three Skulls, let's bring back the Three Skulls. He's he's bugging. And then stuff happened from like, because other people started creating factions, and there was a whole. I'm not gonna get into it right now. At a point, things just got boring, right? I mean, there was kind of a whole plot line with this one guy, and then he just kind of ran away, and it was yeah, so it just got boring, right? Nothing was really happening anymore. And so it just felt like it was time for a reset. And that's season three. Season three was interesting. Again, if you'll remember my background, I was really into the Dream SMP. And so, for those who know, they had an Origins SMP, and it was the Origins mod, and they had their own little story. I didn't really follow that, to be honest. I just I wasn't following it. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, let's do the Origins mod. And so we did the Origins mod for Bedrock. And it was kind of janky, but it was whatever. It worked. Ish. It was a little laggy, but for what it was worth, it was pretty good, honestly. And so we had fun with that. And this was one of the big seasons. Like the big seasons are season three and season four. Those are the big ones that we talk about the most. Season three was like what we call prime Breadbear, right? I was in my prime, I gotta say. I was like full villain mode. Genuinely, eh, Bryce and Tilden talk about this a lot, like how scary Breadbear was in season three. I mean, truly, I was very much like a Homelander kind of villain, as far as like, I had a big ego, I would mess with people in the head, I was really manipulative, specifically to Bryce. Because again, most of these things end up with me versus Bryce, because he's usually the one that takes action against me. I mean, this season was huge, and I really could not get into all of it right now. The reason why we went to season four, why we ended season three, and it was really, honestly, very promising. I mean, the lore was amazing, I feel like. And personally, I have a bias towards season three. You'll hear us mention like countries. This one was Sinopolis, right? Sinopolis was the country that Red Bear made, and it was kind of a big thing. But the reason we went to season four is because the lag or the just the mod was so laggy. I mean, genuinely, and at this point, we had grown so much through season three, branching out to, I mean, friends of friends joining, and we had a number of people, and we would have like, and I don't know if you guys know, Bedrock Realms can only support 10 people at a time. And it wasn't like we were having, I mean, I would log on every day and see like 8 or 9 people on. I'm like, holy man, wow. This was the dream, dude. And everyone was interacting, and there was so much stuff going on. This was the dream, man. To me, I have a bias towards season three because season three was what I was envisioning when I was, you know, creating something for season one. I was envisioning season three. That's what I was seeing in my head was people on like regularly doing things, right? Interacting with each other. So many little things going on. And it was just, it was something to see, at least for me. And so whenever we'd have all these people on, the mod would just get laggy. I mean, it would just happen. And so we tried to hold an event again, and it was a presidential thing, and we had a debate, and the mod was just so laggy because there were so many people on. Just to, I mean, to be at the debate, to watch the debate, it's just so many people, and it just couldn't, the realm couldn't handle it. I mean, the mod was just so laggy. It was a nightmare to deal with. And so we just took a vote, and people said, yeah, let's just create a new one. Vanilla, just normal Minecraft, no mod, and let's just play Minecraft. And so that's what we did. And that was season four. And again, I'm still pretty much in my prime. This time though, I wanted to change it up. I didn't want to be the villain anymore. I just, at a point after being the villain for so long, your reputation gets tainted. You know, people just didn't like me. I'm like, okay, I gotta move on. I gotta move away from this Bread Bear character. And so I did. And again, there's a country associated with a number of these. This is Manada. This was stupid. And I know and this is the one with videos. This is the one with videos from 2 or 3 years ago. This was Manada, and it was stupid and dumb why we named it that. And if you watch the videos, you'll know the antagonist of this one was Cable and Graham, right? We had a Cable and Graham. And it's stupid. Honestly, it was kind of a good story. And people really like season four because of what Manado was. Manado was quite the community, and I feel like I really executed well, like trying to get a community of people and then just having them get devastated by the terror of Gramgus and Cable. And I feel like people really were emotionally attached to this one and really cared about this realm a lot more than any other realm, honestly. And I think personally I like season 3 more because that was the dream to me. But I think people who lived in Manada really, really cared about Manada. And it was a good server. Honestly, it was really good. But again, it got to a point where just we moved on, right? And so we started season 5. Graham had been kind of on us about just the boring realms, right? I mean, because he had been with us since season 2. He had been advocating for like lifesteal for a long time. And I pretty much decided that I was done writing, that I was retired, right? I had my prime and then I retired. I was done with lore. I was just gonna play Minecraft, right? And so I'm like, okay, season 5, it's just gonna be catered for us, right? I mean, I'm not worrying about the story, I'm not worrying about lore. This is for us. This is for the people who really play this, our day ones, pretty much. Because we all kind of were interested in just having a competitive server. I mean, we've never really had a competitive server. I kind of catered to the people that don't play the game that much. We pretty much always kept it on easy mode or normal mode. It wasn't a super competitive server. It just wasn't. Because we didn't really want it that way. I mean, I catered to the people who were like joining for the first time, I mean, it worked for something like Manada. I think a number of us got bored with it. And so we did a lifesteal server, and that was season 5. And it started off pretty competitive, but eventually it just kind of fizzled down. And we just kind of, and this is, again, there's a country or a community or something. We actually had a huge, 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 huge. Truthfully, though, I don't think it's bigger than this. I think we had a huge mushroom island that we found um on season 5, and that's where we lived for pretty much once we found it, like I don't know, a week or two into the server, we did not leave it. I mean, that's just where we lived from then on out until the server was over. We just kind of lived on the island, and there was some stuff happening, and it's kind of complicated, and I'm not really going to get into it. I don't know. We kind of say that this one was whatever. I didn't write it, just so y'all know. I didn't write season 5. Okay, that's not my thing. I told y'all that I was finished. And it was actually more so Trevor and Bryce who wrote it. They kind of had like different things going on. And it was kind of weird and complicated. And it was like supernatural stuff. And that's kind of where the issue was that it was supernatural in vanilla Minecraft. Well, I mean, not vanilla. It was, it was obviously Lifesteal, but Lifesteal kind of took a backseat because honestly, I mean, Graham just stopped playing, really. And that's really who we were catering to. And it just stopped being a thing. And so it just kind of died out. And honestly, that's where we just called it quits. I mean, we were just playing other games, obviously. I mean, we just kind of got busy. And so we just stopped making rounds. And that's kind of how, and that was it for Big SMP. I mean, we just kind of kept season 5 open, but nothing really happened with it. And eventually we just decided, I mean, we're done. It's over. I mean, it had been a long time. This, I think Bagel SMP spanned, I don't even know how many years, but a number of years. It's done. Let's check it out. Okay, I'll give you a tour of the outside. Hold on, let me. Alright, let's look at this. So, this is the castle. I know I'm not the best at building, right? And some of you might be saying this like, oh my gosh, this looks awful. But I don't have anything. It just, it's the way it is. Okay. I tried my hardest. And listen. It's gonna be really funny whenever Trevor sees it. Trevor's gonna see this and he's gonna freak out. He's gonna kill me. He might kill me, actually. So let's go inside. Here's my throne. Sit in it, right? It's my throne. This is for me, the king of this island. I'm the king. And these are my little towers, right? You can go up, you can go on the top floor right here. Or you could go further and get to the top of the tower. Right. And all these have that kind of open. This is the top floor. I'm gonna put some up here. Um, I've done the exterior and I did the throne. I will do the interior at some point. I don't really know what I'm gonna put in here, but I think this is where I'll stop for today. I'm proud of this progress. This is my castle. For me, the king of this island. I'm the king. Not really. I actually don't really care that much. I'm just I like to mess with people. I think it'll be funny. I think it'll be funny when Bryce and Trevor see this and they're like, "What? What?" They'll freak out, dude. I'm excited. I'll start recording if anyone gets on. See you then. Bryce just joined. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Where you
Where you
at?
at?
Where
Oh,
you
I'm at
at?
I was constructing. I just
Yeah,
put
you
some
Mickey
stuff.
Mouse.
Yeah. What?
I got something to show you,
It's
man.
not. It's not Mickey Mouse.
It's
What do you got
Mickey
to show me?
Mouse.
It's not
So
Mickey
the other
Mouse.
day, when you were
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, who owns this island? Who owns this island?" Oh, da, da, da. You
Please
gave
don't
me
tell
an
me you own this
idea.
island.
You gave me an idea.
Wait, what's that? That's new. I was on here the other day
I've
and that
decided
wasn't
I'm the
there.
king. I'm not only the owner of this island, but I'm the king of this island. I'm the
You're the
king.
king of the island.
I'm the king of the island. Hey, hey, hey,
You're the
look at me.
king of
Look
the
at my crown.
island.
Look at my crown.
Wow.
I'm the king of the island. This is my
You are the
castle.
king of this island. This
This
is
is
your
my
castle?
castle. This is my castle. Come inside
This.
and look at my throne. This is my throne.
It's your throne?
This is my castle and this is my throne.
What is this?
I'm the king of this island. Come, come, come.
And this is how you're gonna roll
Yes.
with this.
I've talked to everyone. Everyone agrees that I should be the king of this
Who have
island.
you talked to?
Everyone, man. Caleb, Trevor, Tilden, they all said, "Yeah, man, go for it." They said they agree that I
They
should
said
be the
go
king
for
of
it.
this. Yeah, they were like, I love that idea. You should definitely be the king of this island." They all said that.
That all you last time you said that you're talking about the bamboo.
What?
Last time you said
They
like
all said
everyone
I should
loves
be the
me.
king of this island. So I'm the king of the island now. Just thought I'd update you. I'm the king of the island now.
What does that mean?
And my first ruling is that your building over there is Mickey Mouse.
No.
Well, you have to listen to me. Whenever we're gonna call that project Mickey Mouse. That whole building over there, we're gonna call
Dang
that
it.
project Mickey
What the
Mouse. I told you, bro, I'm the king. You can't touch me. I'm the king. You can't touch me.
so you're just in charge of the island now.
Yeah, I'm the king of the
What does
island.
that come with?
Well, that's Project Mickey Mouse,
Alright.
and
I'm gonna
everyone
push you
calls it
down
that
again.
now. Everyone calls it that now.
I'm gonna push you down again.
Um,
Why? Why do you want to be king?
cause who else is gonna be king? Come on. You think Tilden
Trevor could want to be king. Tell him
Trevor's
to be
not
king.
fit to be a king. Trevor's not gonna want to be a king. Come on.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
are
I
like
saw.
my archer towers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in like
Do you have
Clash of
archers?
Clans. Yeah. It's me. I'm the archer.
Did you just shoot something at? Oh, you did.
I'm the archer.
This has got to be the worst
I'm the
castle
king
I've
and the
ever
archer.
seen. Like you can tell it's a castle.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Not a very good one.
You're not allowed to speak such ways about the king.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'll be very upset. I'll call it.
Why do
I'll call your building Project Doo Doo Fart.
I'm
What do
not?
you think? What do you
I
think
don't
about
think I'm
that?
gonna
What do
listen
you
to
think
you.
about that? What do we think about that, huh?
You
That's
sound
what I
very
thought.
immature to be a king.
You sound very immature to be over Project Mickey Mouse. Maybe I should put someone else that's more qualified over that. Don't you think?
No, you just called me like a
Anyways,
doo-doo brain.
I'm going to start. So this grass area, I'm gonna name this area. This is you know how like there's like provinces and states. We're gonna have this. This is a
This is my
province.
area.
Yeah, and we're gonna name it. It's
We're
okay.
gonna name
I'm a
it.
gracious king. You wanna help me name it? Let's name it. What do we want to name it?
I, I don't know.
Um,
What what kind of vibe are you going for, man?
well, think about it's kind of different from the rest. It's kind of an outcast, you know.
Hmm.
What do we want to, you can think about that and its name, like how it's different from anything else. Maybe we could like draw off sections of the island. Ooh, that's an idea. Ooh, I'm smart. What if we draw off sections of the island and name them like different provinces? Dude, I might be a genius.
Really?
This is why I'm the king. I'm gonna get to doing that. I'm gonna think about that. We're gonna
Can't
figure
think
out how
about
we're
that.
gonna. I'm gonna map out this island and we're gonna split it up into sections and provinces.
All right, buddy.
We might make this grass section bigger so it fills up the whole section.
But yeah. Why?
Well, I mean, you seemed insistent about someone ruling the island. Like, who owns this
Well, I
island?
was
Who
just
owns this island?
wondering.
Who owns this island? Do you own this island? Do you own this island? I've decided yes. In fact, I do own this island.
I guess that's kind of fair.
It
But
was a great
all right.
idea. Thank you for the idea. It was
Oh,
a
you're
wonderful
so
idea.
welcome.
It was such a great idea. I acted upon it. I see big things for this place, man. Great, big, big, great things. And
Okay.
and 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 I'm very excited for Project Mickey Mouse. I can't wait to see where that thing goes. Now that I'm
I'm gonna make it
overseeing it,
not. Yeah, you're overseeing it.
I'm overseeing. Well, I mean, I oversee everything that's on the island. Naturally, it's my island. I'm the king of it. And by overseeing, I mean I just watch it. I don't really do anything. I just kind of watch you do it. Why'd you place that up there? Are you
It
stupid
didn't.
or
It
something?
it was really tall. I'm so sorry, King. Would you like me to remove it?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Oh, of
It's
course,
it's it's
King.
bugging me. This too. This too. Get rid of that as well.
Oh, of
This
course.
this yeah.
But of course, King.
Thank you. Thank you. You ever seen that clip of the guy
So
that's like, "Yes, king. I want you
I
to
don't think
I want
that's
you to
where we're
talk to me
going.
like that.
I'm not gonna talk to you like that.
That's how I want you to talk to me.
I'm not going to. I'm not
Yes,
gonna say
king.
yes. I'm not gonna
Yes,
do that.
king.
See, you can get some out of me. I'm not doing that.
Yes, king.
So you're just in command now.
Yeah, I'm the
You're
king.
just in charge. Do you
I'm
even have a royal court?
No. I have a crown though, and a throne. Do you see my throne?
I did see the throne.
I do have a castle too. And I think that means I'm the king. I think that's just how things work around here,
So so you don't even have anyone else like working for you or anything?
No, not really. Do you want to work for me?
Well, what would that imply? Since you obviously are the one that implies everything here.
That is true. I do imply everything. Hey, but I'm open for interpretation, man. What do you think, man? I mean, I already have you doing Project Mickey Mouse here. You know what we
In
should
the
do? We should put
grass
up a,
area.
a sign, right? Some kind of like sign with like fencing around it, like the yellow tape or something with like a sign that says Project
I feel
Mickey
like
Mouse. You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
like yellow tape is too much work,
Well, yeah, because
especially
I'm
when
in
it's not
Minecraft.
like
It's Minecraft. There's no yellow tape in Minecraft.
yeah.
So that,
And
I mean, I
and
don't
I
know
don't
what you were
really
thinking, but
I
I'm
don't
just saying
that
we could
was
like
your
fence it
idea.
off and like say, "Oh, this is Project Mickey Mouse. Don't touch." You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
feel like doing all that
It's like
fencing
a
is
government
too much work.
project. You ever seen Stranger Things? It's like that.
Okay. Why is Stranger Things the thing to think of whenever you think of government project?
Because I'm watching Stranger Things right now. I've been rewatching it
Oh, of
before
course you
season
are.
for the next season, man.
Well, I can expand this if that's something you would like.
I would love that. That's your first. That's another thing I'm gonna add. What are we gonna call this project? We're gonna call everything projects. Everything's gonna be a project.
Everything's gonna be a project.
Yeah. Here, here, here. You know what? Let's get some signs. So we're gonna put things on the wall that are projects that we're working on. We're gonna put it on this wall right here. Come.
What? Where? You?
Okay.
No.
So we have Project Mickey Mouse.
Where-
How
Oh,
what percentage would you say we're done with that?
I don't know. Just put like one dog. Where are
1%
you?
in the castle. 1% complete. Project Mickey Mouse 1% complete. Our next project is to section off project
Sectionals.
sectionals. 0% complete currently. Now, we also project we have to once we figure that out, then we can start the next project where we make that whole section grass. Um Project Spanish grass.
Why does that makes no sense?
Well, you said something
Like
about Spanish and I don't know, it's grass. So
no
currently, I don't know. Depends how big. We're gonna say
TBD.
we might triple,
Just say
right?
TBD.
Okay, TBD. Project
Redstone castle.
convenience. Project convenience. That sounds important.
That
What,
sounds kind of lame,
25%
but
done?
okay.
I'm gonna put one up here like Project Kill Tilden. Project Kill Tilden.
Project
What percent done are we on that one?
5.
5% done. I'm just gonna say it like what? Like no, don't worry about that one.
Project
Has
kill
nothing to
Tilden.
do with you. Nothing to do with you. All right,
Talking
let's
to
start
my
with the
flag
map.
structure.
Do you know
Oh,
how to
the
do
map.
maps? You're a map guy, right? You know how to
I'm
do
very good
maps.
at maps.
Can you do project sectionals for me? Or at least start the map and then I'll I'm gonna put you to another project.
I don't
I'm
know how
moving
much
you
time
under
I
lots of
got.
projects. You know what we'll do? We're gonna put names under each project. John the Bagel Guy.
That doesn't work.
Project sectionals. That'll be both of us. Cause I have to I'll be the one deciding sections. But you're
Actually,
gonna
if you're
do all
just
the
gonna be putting
maps.
me under a lot of projects, I better be pretty high up in the royalty.
Of course you will. Of course you will.
Where am I?
Project Spanish Grass, that's all you.
That's fair, to be honest, actually.
Project Convenience, that's game night.
It's all
It's
trash.
all game night. Project
I'm
Kill
not gonna have some
Tilden,
more
I'm gonna
press.
put everyone under here.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna terrify him. He's gonna be
He's like,
so
hey,
scared.
everyone's he's like, hey, what's this? He's like, I can't help but notice.
Trevor also looked at my build. He said it was very good. He's very impressed with it.
Ever looked at your build?
Yeah,
When do you get on?
he got on earlier. He was like, I can't join voice chat right now, but I'm gonna get on to see what you're doing. I'm like, okay. He's like, wow, this looks amazing, Caleb. I'm like, thank you. He was like, genuinely, this looks great. I was like, thank you. He was so proud of my
You
skills.
and you swear he said this.
Yes, 100%, dude. Am I the kind to lie to you? My most trusted worker. Yeah. Let's work with this. Kaboom. Okay, let's edit it.
Wow, that's an awful, awful thing you've done.
Yes, sir. You know it. What's up?
What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Why, I don't know.
I've been busy.
Busy doing?
You know, I stay busy.
Okay, so I really appreciate how you're just not. Ew.
What you mean? Ew.
Ew. This is garbage, bro. What?
Do you like my castle?
I. I.
What? You mess with the castle?
I think this is how do I put this nicely? I think this is a good baseline for a castle, but I think we can work on it a little bit too.
No, I like it how it is. This is my castle. I talked to everyone. Everyone said I should be the king. They all want me to be the king, so I saw I'm the king. Over here we have some projects we've been working on. Project Mickey Mouse. Project Convenience, that's your thing. That's your whole thing with the farms. I put 25% because it's one farm done out of the 4. And I put your name under that, as you can see right there.
Uh-huh.
This is Progress Kill Tilden.
Uh,
If
what?
you look at the names,
Why is it
it's
5%?
unrelated.
What, did you steal a toe?
But everyone said I should be the
Like,
king. Bryce came up to me. He was like, "Dude,
well,
we should
well,
totally have like some kind of ruler or someone own this place." I'm like, "For sure, dude. I
I
could be
don't,
the king." So I'm the king now.
that, that, that's awesome. But I just really wish there were some logs in the corners of this building. I really need something.
Do you see my borders I'm working on?
Yeah, that's cool. I
Thank you.
just don't, I'm sorry, I'm just this, I don't know. You see how I build things. I like to have I like to have, like, bounds to the building. This just looks like it just, I don't know. It's not like it looks bad, it just needs a little bit of definition.
What do you mean?
Like, notice how, like, on my building here that has a farm, there's, like, logs that kind of, like, dictate the borders of the building.
Yeah, that's too much. I'm not doing all that.
You well, you don't have to do anything. I could do it.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna renovate my castle for me? Hey, put that as a
Yes.
new. In fact, you know what? Put that as a new project, and I'll put you under that. What do you want to call your project?
Project redefining the castle.
Redefining castle.
Yeah, I asked Tilden about like everything, and he said he like was like clueless. Besides,
No, dude, he literally said, he was like, dude, you should absolutely be the king. That's literally what he
and
said, bro.
and you know it's not like I don't believe you, but I don't know. He seemed pretty clueless.
No, he's just messing with you, bro. He's just playing around with you.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a real trickster.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Him and Bryce, they like to play around. What did you say to him?
Well, I was just like, okay, let me just instead of like just saying a paraphrase of what I said, I'll literally just read it out. Also, how did you give the go ahead / agree on making Caleb ruler? And he said, what? When did I make Caleb the ruler? And then, what do you mean, what? I never did that. So you don't even know about that? Nope.
No, he's just playing with you, bro. He's just messing with you.
Okay.
He's a real trickster, you know. You know how he is.